Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and it's been a very powerful reset for me. Um, there's so much going on with this retrograde, um, with the planets that are aligning with the cycle and season that we are in, with the mm, the convergences of all the timelines into this now present moment. It's also very deep, beloveds. Um it's presenting itself in so many ways for us to observe. And spirit has me um expanding my conscious awareness by understanding everything that is playing out in front of me, that is in my peripheral, um, that is resurfacing from my past. And it's not just people, places, or things, it's not just thoughts or emotions or feelings. It's a culmination of spiritual recognition. Um, like I said, my focus right now is to be able to observe my spiritual conscious awareness expanding. And I'm able to do that in being able to measure things that used to trigger me that no longer trigger me. Um, Situations and circumstances that would um, cause me to consciously be in a chosen state of mind, whether that was resentment or contentment, um, with what was going on or what I was perceiving that was going on at the time. And with maturity comes a deeper awareness and understanding of all that has taken place, um, past, present, and future. I've been getting a lot of downloads, visions, conversations, um, some conversations that are actually indulging my, I'm sorry, my air conditioner is loud, so I'm going to talk louder. Um, some of the conversations have been engaging me and allowing me to ask questions and not just give me information, but to actually broaden my receptivity to them. I'll put it that way. Um, we are in the midst of a seasonal prophetic. A lot of people would understand the term reset more than they would understand prophetic combination of events and circumstances, simply because they do not um, connect spiritually. Those that don't connect and know that they connect spiritually do so from an intellectual, scientific, detached, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is still the same. whether you call it spiritual or whether you call it fate or destiny or God or existence, or however you choose to reference this life and the guiding forces in it, within it, and around it. I'll put it that way. Again, let me get to the point of this video. The point of this video is recognizing and realizing from observation of conscious awareness as a being of conscious awareness of choice, seeing things from the spiritual perspective of this is prophecy fulfilling itself. This is the culmination of universal laws. This is karmic. However you want to bring that together. Some of the situations that are presenting themselves for me to look at it in this way, when I woke up with this morning when I was going to be doing a video, was the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp video. Situation. The defamation of character. The juxtaposition of the abuse. The male, the female, it's the female abusing the male. In this situation. The defamation of character, defaming someone's character. And I want you to actually just detach yourself from any feelings that you may have of Johnny Depp, for Johnny Depp, or from Amber Heard. And I want you and I need you to simply look at the events of these two beings, these 2 points of existence. And I want you to understand, first and foremost, I want you to see them as when they were innocent young children. And the situations and circumstances that they were, that they sprang from, that they grew from. They're like the rose growing out of the concrete. Hold on 1 minute, beloveds. Let me do something with this air conditioner. Okay. There. Now I don't have the air conditioner making all that noise, so I don't have to getting back to it. We were speaking about seeing Johnny Depp as a little boy, seeing Amber Heard as a little girl, seeing them grow up from the circumstances that they did. You can Google that information if you're not familiar with it. Johnny Depp has shared his information, and I'm sure you can find out about Amber Heard's. Point being, these 2 babies, these 2 children, grew up in, like I said, a concrete, roses pushing themselves up through the concrete. They had to make a way for themselves through the abusive circumstances and situations that they were born into. And then I want you to, I'm sorry, I got weak hair all over the place. There we go. Then I want you to see them being thrust into a matrix system, the entertainment matrix system. I want you to understand what that industry can and will and does do to children. There are a lot of things that are hidden that are going to start coming forward because they have to. And when I say they have to, in order for things to change, you have to know what needs to be changed. You need to know the truth. You need to confront the truth. You need to confront the lie with the truth. Let me put it that way. All that glitters is not gold. And that is not an easy lifestyle to get into. It is not an easy lifestyle to maintain. And that is why you see all the drug use. You see all the methods of escapism. Even though they put the mask on, the glitter and the glamour and the red carpets that, oh, this is the bomb diggity. It's starting to unfold that it's not. We're starting to see the wrinkles. We're starting to see the whitewash crumble and peel away. We're starting to see the skeletons rise and tell their stories. We're starting to see those who have been victimized by this industry detach from it in their own ways and try to find their spirits, their souls, their songs, their peace, their actual spirits. Many are not making it. Many are making it in front of our view, but they're being stripped of the fame and the fortune and the blah, 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 blah. And those that are going through this, many of them will tell you, thank God, you can have this shit. Because the hell that I've gone through to get it, to try to maintain it, and try to hold on to it, I'm steady getting these lies to build on top of more lies, to build on top of more lies, to seduce others to bring into this system, because this system is a greedy whore. There's nothing new under the sun, beloveds. I grew up a little girl hearing all kind of stories. I grew up listening to Elvis Presley and knowing what he went through and how he died and blah, blah, blah. Whitney Houston, her daughter, Bobby Brown. I mean, there are countless of these stories. River Phoenix, Kurt Cobain, and it goes beyond skin color. It goes in the African American, the Hall of Fame. Let me see. Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, and the men as well, beloveds. David Ruffin. The stories are all there. The stories are all there. We were told when I was little this was called the fast life. This was the worldly life. This lifestyle is an addiction. The elders would say you don't want to get caught up in that. You don't want to get hooked on that. You don't want to get caught up in that. That lifestyle will take your soul from you. You go in one way and you come out a complete other if you come out. Right now, what we're seeing is again being called a reset. You're being able to see people that they have. I look on YouTube and these people are called handlers that are over some of these people. You look at Britney Spears and what she just went through and what she got out of and what it took to get her out of that. And if it had not been for her fans, where she would still be. Understand that Britney Spears is not, what's the word I'm looking for? She is not the sole being that has endured that. Look at Michael Jackson. Listen to some of these beings who were child stars, so to speak. Look at the information that is coming out about some of these executives, some of these owners, some of the top people with the most money that other people want to impress, and the things that they had to do to impress them to get a job, to feed their families, the casting couch, the submission, the slavery, the giving over of your sovereignty to another, to the system of entertainment. It's just like the Roman circus with the gladiators and the chariot riders. The more things seem to change, the more they seem to stay the same. And they stay the same because of the way that we are observing them, the way we view them, the way we allow our conscious awareness to stay boxed up, small, afraid to bloom and expand. There are a lot of situations that are taking place all globally that are detaching people who have been in power. Their grip is being pried open. They are no longer able to hold those reins and drive those beings, those situations, because people are understanding and seeing now. And people are saying, I want my own sovereignty. I want my freedom. That's enough of you taking, taking, taking. And when enough beings come to that conclusion, there is a shift in the conscious collective, and there is a communication that happens with the universe that says, okay, they're ready now for this reset to start happening. Hold your ground. Don't cave and give in now. Hold your ground and know the things that you're seeing. Know that when I spoke of these two beings, Amber and Johnny, look at the names, Amber and Johnny. Look at their situation. Look at who they were in their heyday of fame. Look at what characters they portrayed. Look at what their, outside of their work, who were they? What kind of human beings were they? What did they give to? What charities? What passions did they have? What did they contribute to as human beings and humanity? Look and see. And then understand that why they're being drawn apart and why this is a win for those observing spiritual conscious awareness expanding. Understand that it is psychological. It is so psychological, beloveds. Because in our psychology, that's what we identify with most, especially in the Western frame of being mindful. The Western frame is not that centered on their spiritual I am presence. They're much more conditioned and connected to the physical, what they see. The value is based on the physical, the appeal to the eye, the glamour, the glitz, the gold. That gives things their value and worth. And when you get away from that and you go back to what the ancients valued, what they valued more over gold itself was family. Unconditional love and care of family. Of that extended to tribe, nation, blah, 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 all the way to humanity, all the way to the earth itself, to the relationship with the earth and her creatures. All was one. With the understanding of the planets and everything else, all was one. All worked together. But when we started consciously making enemies within our own families, that dis-ease, that distrust spread. That is what gave birth to the chaos that we exist in now. This chaos is being transmuted and purified by the observation of what it takes to make it, build it, what it is built upon, lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. And in order to clear all of that energy, because you can't destroy it, But you can clear it, you can transform it, and you can transmute it so that it is received and receivable in a different frequency and spectrum so that it can be consumed and nourish the being, the planet, existence in a much more elevated way. And that is what we're seeking to do in this moment. And while we're seeking to do this, we have to realize all of this energy, all of the energy attachments, all of the energy, whether we say they're entities, possessions, or just influences, whatever you want to call that which expands or contracts your conscious awareness, your ability to observe, your ability to be present in a way where you're able to receive, transmit, transmute, and transform the information that you're receiving. There are a lot of feelings, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment of the competition and the fact that you had to climb these mountains barefoot with nothing but your hands and butt naked. And you had people betting on you to see who was going to get up there first and if they could do it and who was going to fall and la 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 la. There is a, like I said, we're watching the watchers now. We're watching the watchers. And in watching the watchers, you immediately expand your conscious awareness. You start to get a deeper sense of your senses. I'll put it that way. There's a broadening of your scope and your depth. What you were able to receive before is magnified exponentially by how much you're able to receive and hold and allow yourself to consume and not become attached to what you're seeing. Because changes, you cannot, beloveds, you cannot become so attached to your idea of right and wrong. And that is key, because your sense of right and wrong is based on a very limited spiritual awareness. And once your spiritual awareness begins to expand, you understand that spirit is vast, it's unlimited in its forms of expression, in its diversity of expression, in its frequencies and in its spectrums, in its multiverses. Okay? And you are not capable just yet of holding a, how can I say, a reference point to make sense out of everything that is occurring in this moment, in this now moment. And so you're going to have to learn to trust you're going to have, the elders call that faith. See, when you're spiritual, you have faith. You don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know where, but you have faith. And with that faith, baby, you can walk through walls. Believe me. You can change the course of the tides. You can walk on water, baby. It's been done. What else? What else? What else, Spirit? The transportation situation at the moment. I I I shared what I went through with my own trip with Delta, and how hellish that was for me. And this is just a taste of the changes that are coming forth. And these changes, instead of everybody, believe me, I complained, I cried, I boo-hooed, I wanted to cuss somebody out. You know, there were other people there who, you did this and you did that. I felt your energy. I saw you. You know, it's all of this and all of that. But you have to let that go and understand what is getting ready to happen to our conscious awareness of how we travel through the air. Okay? There are many elements involved in that. There are many minerals, earth minerals, involved in the physics, in the metaphysics, in the literal everyday gas prices and so forth and so on. We're getting ready to switch industries. We're getting ready to have a whole different, there are how okay, rich people, I'll just say it, million billionaires who have now the capability of flying people into space as a recreational flight. Okay? You have to step back, and you have to understand all of these beings who are behind the scenes, who have been running things. They are, how can I say this, Spirit? They are having their own wars and revolutions, and it's shown to me, and this keeps occurring. This Ezekiel's wheels within wheels within wheels within wheels within wheels. That keeps coming up for me as an explanation, as something to um, something to define exactly what is going on. And that is the most elementary and the most profound way of saying what's going on right now. And you have to understand that with these gears working and Just think of a lever being pulled or something being pulled, and now everything has to go counterclockwise. It has to switch up from the way that it's been working and go the complete opposite of that. And so that's taking its course, that's taking its time. But this is what is being enacted, and it's being done so collectively because enough beings are consciously wanting their own sovereignty. They're wanting their freedom. They're wanting to lead themselves. They're questioning the leadership. They're saying, you know what? My voice should be in that because these people aren't doing it. I can no longer just trust them to be the mama and daddy, and I just be the, the one with my head down, grinding, you taking the tax money and doing this and doing that, and I just let you do it because you got a gift of gab and you got a charm factor and you done went to the utmost sales schools, Yale, Harvard, blah, 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 and you graduated cum laude or whatever, you know. No, Joe Smo, me, I think I can, it needs to be done like this, and that'll help a little bit better. It'll help everybody and not just the top 10%. And if the top 10% ain't got enough now, tough. It's time somebody else turn. Didn't you learn about turns? Didn't somebody else teach you that somebody else need a turn now? Okay? The sun have a turn and the moon have a turn, okay? It's not your turn no more. That's over with. That revolution, that evolutionary shift is done and over with. It is done with that generation, And so you have to let it pass and don't grieve it so much. Understand all the turmoil and everything. People are going to have to work that out because there's a new way that's needed. There's a new way that's needed with transportation. What happened to all the pilots and the stewardesses? How many of those beings refuse to go to work because they refuse to wear masks? Remember that? A lot of this is about pride and ego and narcissistic values. That's why we're still dealing with the Trump stuff, Antichrist stuff, okay? It's still working itself out. And each day, more and more beings are saying, you know what? That can no longer exist in this time, in this era, in this age. This is a new age, a new age. How many, since 2012, we've been talking about a new age. And here it is, 2022. And how many of you are seriously, consciously expanding your observation and your heart and maturing enough to realize that you are in a new age? A new age is being born. And this new age is going to need new rules and regulations. She's going to need new, just like when you have a baby, you need new everything. We gonna need new everything, y'all. So get used to that idea of change and things changing, and no, it's not going to be the way it used to. And that is even in relationships, whether those relationships are familial or romantic or with your coworkers or with your neighbors. Look for those who whose conscious awareness is expanding and is expandable. Those are the ones that you can connect with, you can grow with, you can build with. The ones that are totally in denial, there's nothing you can do to reach them. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can say. And it's not up to you to force them. They have to karmically go through what they're going through. They have to suffer. This is what they've brought upon themselves. Remember how my mama used to, and the old folks, you made that bed, you're going to lay in it. Ain't nobody going to lay in it but you. You made it, now you get in there and that's your bed. You made it the way you, oh, don't complain about this and that and that and it. No, you did that. And it's about that kind of responsibility and accountability that we're in right now. And that brings me right back to the defamation hearing and what's going on and how Johnny Depp feels vindicated and has moved on. And Amber Heard is still in her narcissistic mode saying, I'm right. Listen to me. But listen to me. No, I don't want to talk about that. How that when what I said, I don't want to talk. No, I'm right. I'm right. I was always right. I'm the good one. You're not seeing it. Why aren't you seeing it? Control. Narcissists who need to control. They are adversarial. Okay? Means they need a victim. They need someone to punish. They need someone to demean. They need someone to defame in order to feel good about themselves. You're not going to reach that person with common sense. You're not going to reach that person with spirituality. You may be able to reach them with psychology if they truly want to, here's the word, be redeemed or return to themselves or understand that just because soul parts were taken from you, you can't go around trying to gather your soul parts from everybody else to make you whole. It don't work like that. And if this is a little bit over your head, look up Sandra Ingerman with soul theft, and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. You'll understand that a narcissist is a soul thief. They steal bits and pieces of your soul, bits and pieces of your self-esteem, bits and pieces of your spiritual worth, the more they can take away from your sovereignty, the better they feel, the higher they get, the more powerful they feel, the more comfortable they get with taking. Look for instances in your life where you've come across these types of beings. And beloveds, not just these type of beings. You can be the sweetest, most humblest being in the world and still be influenced in a moment and come out the meanest, most harshest, deadliest narcissist it is in a moment. So don't just think this is something that only certain people have. We are all capable of being narcissistic assassins and soul thieves. Yes, we are. And if you really and truly look back on your life, there are moments in time where you have done that. Somebody has said something to you and you come after them with your voice or your words like you were the Grim Reaper. Yes, you have. And you may regret it. Damn, I didn't have to go that far. I went too far. I ain't had to say that to them. I ain't had to do that to them. But it was just that moment. And your conscious awareness wasn't there. And you got swept up in the frequency and the energy of that moment, of that time. And there's some people's energies, baby, that'll set you off like you're a tender, tender house. And you've got a powder keg in you, but you're so dry you ain't had nothing. But here they come with their little spark and flame, and woof, there you go. And before you can catch yourself, scorched earth. And if you don't believe me, look at the homeless. Look at those with terminal cancer. Ask them about it. This is a conscious awareness that is going to invoke and help bring about healing, because it is a mirror. It is saying, see this, see that, observe this, perceive this, reflect upon this, reflect upon that. Bring A to B and add C to it. What you get? This doesn't take a PhD. It doesn't even take a GED. But it takes you to invest in seeking. And those who have gotten past the seeking point, it is for them to share what they have received. Because see, when you didn't climb that mountain and you didn't got to the top and you didn't went into the cave and you didn't found your little rock, your little treasure, your little piece of dust, whatever it is, your little plant, whatever it is, you bring that back and you share it with those that can't make that journey up that hill. You make it easier for them. Those are called way showers. You can call them leaders if you want to. But true leaders don't lead, they just show you. They point the way, That's on you how you're going to get there and what you're going to do. And I can help you, but the rest is on you. I can't do it for you. People have gotten to the point where they think their leaders are supposed to take care of everything for them, and you don't have to overlook them. You don't have to oversee the people that you've appointed as your leader. Yes, you do. They just like your children. You still got to watch your children. Your children can be grown. You still up there. Well, I would have did this like so and so, but you going ahead, but or you need to do this that way, baby. So don't think because somebody then got to a certain point that they are above listening. So when your government and your religious people or whoever, if they get to a point where they are so narcissistic, where they cannot receive you or hear you, then that's not who needs to be leading you. Okay? Because they're in it for themselves, not for you. Not for your children, not for your family, not for your neighborhood, not for your school district, none of it. They're in it totally for themselves. Because they want the fame and fortune and status, and they want the glittery shit and don't want to do shit for it. Juneteenth and Father's Day just passed. It brought so much up for me. Brought so much up for me. It brought up my relationship with my father. It brought up what a man is supposed to be, what the head of a family truly is, and why women need that male presence, that healthy male presence, that male presence that how can I say this? That knows how to support, that knows how to be the foundation, that can say, baby, I ain't got to be the shiny building all the way up to the top and the tip top. And let me just be the foundation. I can just hold you while you do all of that. You look good for us. I ain't got to be nothing but up under you, holding you up. You come on. I got you. I knew men like that when I was little. They didn't have to be the center of attention. But let me tell you something from an empath, okay? From a sensitive empath. Their presence was the most powerful. Their presence was the most powerful. Their energy was the most dynamic. Their love was the most unconditional. And that is what the world is missing. That is why the children are turning into unfeeling beings, inhumane beings, narcissistic beings, unsure of who they are in any given moment with no consistency. The foundation has to be reset. And in order for that reset to happen, the conscious expansion, spiritual conscious expansion, needs to keep expanding just the way it is. Just the way it is. And like I said, hold no animosity, hold no resentment. And if it comes over you in waves, let it pass. Don't hold on to it. Don't feed it. Don't sit there and yakety yak with it and make tea with it and biscuits and watch movie and over and over in your head. Yeah, you see what I saw what they did, girl. I ain't gotta hold on to that. That don't make me who I am. It don't make me no less than I am. I ain't gotta hold on to that. I'm not attached to their feelings of me, of who they think I am, or what they thought I would do, or what do. I ain't with none of that. Not with it. And you got to really mean that, beloveds. You've got to know that within yourself. This is not lip service. This is not putting on an act. This is about being alone with yourself and being able to sit with yourself. And with that self that is expanding your consciousness, that's who you want to have a conversation with. That's the viewpoint. That's the vantage 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 point that you want to encourage, that you want to incubate, that you want to invite, that you want to be a womb for, that you want to open up sacred space for, that you want to have a foundation of a connection with, that expanding conscious awareness. And you want to get deeper and deeper in a relationship with that, because that is going to help you in any other kind of relationship you have with yourself, in your workspace, with your family, with your neighbors, with your friends, and with an intimate partner. I think that's about it, beloveds. I think that's about it. But again, look at what I was saying. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and just now, Will Smith and Jada came in. Um, there's a Keenan and Cal and his wife thing going on. There is so much, but what is underneath it is what needs to be examined. Don't blame them babies. They were babies when they were put in that pot. You can't get mad at the flavors that they didn't absorb and that are full of now, you know, because of where they were put in, what they were put into. I watched the Juneteenth celebration on CNN. I was blown away. I was blown away. And I was one of those old heads sitting out there, and, woo! Yeah, I remember. It just poison. You know, there are certain things that just, get to you. Don't trust the small and the big butter, whatever, however that goes. There's certain things that speak to you that time cannot erase. And when I listened and I felt the overall energies from that, even just watching from my house, watching it, what people enjoyed the most was the coming together. They enjoyed the coming together. And I don't think it's just because of COVID, but that played such a big factor in it. And they were white and black and Latino and Asian, and it wasn't racial. It was a Juneteenth celebration. It was the recognition of a spirit of freedom, a spirit of freedom, a spirit of sovereignty that was being celebrated. And it was celebrated through the arts. And that's because creativity, baby, that's where some people will call it magic. That's where the motion, that's where existence does its thing in creativity. Whether it's music or art, dance, acting, all of this, it is what moves us. What moves us not just individually, but collectively. Regardless of our preferences, our tastes, it is the essence of the music. It is the essence of the spirit of creativity itself that reflects back to us our freedom. And I'm going to end this there, beloveds, and just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's summertime, and each day is so new. And I'm letting each day just birth itself. I'm no longer just so, I realize how blessed I am. Some people cannot do that. But I realize how blessed I am to just let each day unfold and be what it needs to be, and to reflect upon it in a mature manner, from a foundation of peace, from a foundation of connection, and not distance, and not fear, not low self-esteem, not rejection, not disappointment, not hurt. It's a new existence, existing this way. And so I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing anything. And I will not be rushed in anything. Um, I am savoring this. I am savoring this. And I'm a big girl. I'm a foodie, honey. When I say savor, woo, it takes on a whole new meaning for me. I am savoring this. This has a flavor that I have been hungering and yearning and thirsting for since I was born. And I'm just now getting a taste of it. And I'm, like I said, I'm savoring it. I'm savoring it. Okay, beloveds, that's going to do it. Again, I am Valerie Ames Middlebrook on Facebook. Also, Valerie Ames on Facebook, my old page. I am Valerie Ames on YouTube. I'm Mother with Wisdom on YouTube. So I'm also Mother with Wisdom on Blog Talk Radio. I've been around now for a while. Um, and it was supposed to have melded into something by now, a certain persona or person or career or something. And it is what it is. Woo, baby. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. And I'm good with that. I'm so good with that. Um, like I said, the journey, whew, it's been rough, but it's been real. And with me, it couldn't have been no other way, and I realized that. So there's no resentment. There's nothing to forgive or forget or any of that. All of it is materia for reflection. It is the ingredients necessary for the end result. Okay? And that end result is what? Expanding spiritual conscious awareness. That's it. That's the bottom line for me. So, namaste, beloveds. Thank you for listening. Oh, subscribe. Subscribe. That'll help things, I guess.